When you're in the throes of a smear campaign, your reaction is what they want. When you start defending yourself and engaging with the flying monkeys and the intermediaries that would entertain the gossip, you're feeding right into their hands. Your behaviors, your reactions, your responses will actually correlate in the occurrence of other people as supportive of the notions of your own insanity and lack of stability, because they're not affected the same way by the end of the relationship. They look calm, cool, collected. And then your behavior looks erratic and unstable, because it actually is. You see, there is a certain degree of irrationality if you took into consideration the nature of the pathology and the fact that what they're doing is completely textbook, unavoidable, and they are just someone that exists robotically within the throes of a pathology, where this is just what they have to do to prevent narcissistic injury. Another thing is when you are fighting with narcissists, they're not really being affected by you at all. That you do not win arguments, you don't prove a point, you don't impact them whatsoever. That they can appear furious, angry, upset, whatever the case may be, and they can walk away smiling inside. Because the only thing that causes pain for these people is actual narcissistic injury. And you're not causing that by being a participant in an argument or dispute, a fight, or a smear campaign. The best thing you can do when you're in the throes of a smear campaign is literally block people that are reaching out to you as intermediaries, people that are sharing screenshots, people that are trying to, infect you with knowledge about what people are saying. Who cares? The reality of the matter is that people that know you and would have the capacity to destroy their version of you in their imagination, meaning that they entertain the nonsense that people are vomiting about you, they engage the gossip, they get a thrill out of it, they're getting something out of this for themselves. Often those people are also narcissists. That's what you need to understand. You are investing in the opinions of narcissistic people that do not have your best interests at heart, that do not care about your mental health, do not care about the outcome of your life. And often, if you have had a romantic relationship with a narcissist, the psychodynamics of your being likely have you oblivious to the fact that narcissists have other relationships that are not romantic, that some of people in your friend groups, mutuals, other family members, will also have a pathology. And so you want to be observant about the way people are behaving, and the people that are co-conspirators in these smear campaigns are willful and eager and enthusiastic, sycophantic participants, and they need to be gray-rocked. The way that you get through it is you completely let go of being concerned about what people think. Like, you got to understand how much you've externalized your identity in a narcissistic manner as well. That you are preoccupied with your image, looking good, not appearing crazy. And the irony of it is that when you try to take on a smear campaign head first and dive in thinking that you're going to win it, you're going to expose people, you don't need to do that. And the bottom line, too, is if you have been discarded by a narcissist, take my word for it, that is the best outcome. The best outcome. Because the truth of the matter is if you discard them before they discard you, even if it was headed in that direction, unless it's a willful reverse discard, you can cause an injury that will be a completely different outcome. You can end up with a stalker. You can end up with someone who the injury that you cause dysregulates them to the point of having a direct impact on their career and other areas of their life. And when they fall apart and implode and become obsessed with revenge, they can become psychopathic, they can become stalkers, they can become dangerous. The best case scenario is that you get discarded, you get a smear campaign. There's so many women that are locked in abuse cycles, trying to get out of this relationship when they are under the financial control of a narcissist who has literally consumed their entire life, and they are desperate to get out, and they are being abused at a level that is unfathomable. And then when they do finally structure themselves to get out of these relationships, they are in a far worse situation. As much hell as you think being discarded by a narcissist is, as terrible as it is, as hurtful, the betrayal, everything you've invested, and then the fact that they make you into a crazy enemy, the fact that somebody you can love so much would make you into public enemy number one, and do all of these things to discredit you, damage your life, and paint you as crazy. It's unbelievable, the level of betrayal. It is unfathomable. But it is merely a pathology you engaged with, not even really a human being. And so you got to accept reality that you are not dealing with a human being. You're not going to make them feel regret. You're not going to make them feel bad or ashamed of the pain they cause. There's nothing that you're going to do that is going to really make any difference here. And it certainly isn't going to, save your reputation and whatnot. Your reputation amongst the caliber of people that entertain flying monkeys or are flying monkeys is irrelevant. That real people that love and know you at your core would never sacrifice the integrity of that relationship to entertain bullshit. And so if people are not standing for you, if people are entertaining this nonsense, they are worthless anyway. If you have to flush the toilet on your entire life, then this is your wake-up call. The people that participate in the smear campaign will never be people you want in your life, period. Point blank. And the only way they come back is with full accountability, full responsibility, full empathy, and full compassion displayed on their end without your insistence. That if these people cannot restore their integrity after really figuring out the reality of what went down as a function of time, then they're worthless. That's it. And so you flush the toilet on the whole lot of them, and you gray rock and you block, and you just disconnect from that. You let that happen because the reason it is perpetuating is because your engagement is feeding into the grandiosity, and you're playing into the hands whenever you argue, fight, or dispute the distortions, fabrications, and confabulations of a narcissist. It is a waste of energy, a waste of time, and this is not a normal human being, and this is not something that you'll really get any value out of. You don't need to worry about your reputation amongst the circles of people that entertain this kind of vitriolic, childish, and immature behavior. That if somebody doesn't have the capacity to understand the abundant lack of character it takes for somebody ending a relationship with somebody that they supposedly loved and respected and cherished, if they can't see for themselves that this kind of immature, childish behavior of a smear campaign is in some way abnormal or inappropriate, then they also lack the emotional maturity and the character and the integrity to qualify as somebody that you should even waste another molecule of breath on. Let them all go. Fuck them all. That's my policy.